One of the number one things that I hear from clients and see online that gets in the way for them to be able to scale and for them to be able to generate more qualified leads, so getting more clients into their businesses, is consistently selling. Consistently selling. And so today, I really want to dive into making powerful invitations and give you some simple tools and reframes and ways in which you can make selling something that's a daily habit and turn it from the idea of sales being this yucky, icky thing into, hey, I'm making powerful invitations every day. Powerful invitations. Here is the thing. I'm going to give you a practical example that I feel like we can all relate to. Think about your favorite clothing store, your favorite clothing store, or your favorite shoe store. You love that store. For me, it's Aritzia. I love Aritzia. If you live in Canada or maybe in some areas of the US, you might know Aritzia. I love that store. Love, love, love that store. And I want to be able to go to the store when I want to go to the store. And so if I would go to Aritzia, they would be open. They would be open and they would have beautiful things on display. The entire product suite on display, a beautifully designed window, beautifully laid out clothes on nice, pretty tables. The lighting is a certain way. The scent is a certain way. Everything feels a certain way, but it's open. I can go in and I can buy and choose what I like to buy. Imagine I would go to my favorite store and there would be a sign at the door that would say, we're closed because we don't want to be salesy today. We are closed because we don't want to be salesy today. So many times I hear clients and entrepreneurs say, oh, I just don't want to be salesy. It just bothers me when people sell all the time. And the thing is, if you don't want to make consistent sales, then don't consistently sell. But if you are looking to have consistent sales in your business, if you are looking to have consistent leads for your business, if you are looking to build a sustainable and successful and consistent business that generates revenue, that allows you to pay yourself the income that you want to pay yourself, then selling every day isn't something that should be left to chance or left to our feelings or left to coincidence, whether we feel like it today or not. So we meet so much resistance when it comes to selling. And I see that especially in service-based entrepreneurs, when we're essentially selling ourselves and selling our services and selling what we have to offer and selling transformations. We have this idea that we don't want to be salesy. So I want you to start thinking about call to actions, asking people to take an action, whether that is to buy your program, whether that is to send you a DM, whether that is to click a link, whether that is to purchase anything that you have to offer, whether that is to comment, as a powerful invitation for them to transform their businesses, get the support they've been wanting, reduce pain, transform their life, achieve their goal. An opportunity for them to have a different experience, an opportunity for them to experience transformation, an opportunity for them to improve their life, their health, their business, their relationship, their feminine energy, their alignment, their I don't even know, their day-to-day, their life, their feeling. Like, you are making powerful invitations. And this, as an online service provider or as an entrepreneur, full stop, whether you have a brick and mortar business or an online business, is required. But especially if you don't have a store with tons of foot traffic where people walk by and they see your window naturally through the foot traffic, it is up to you to create the foot traffic. It's up to you to show up. So it is, in fact, your job to create powerful opportunities. It is your job to ask people to take an action. It is your job to make powerful invitations. You're inviting people into a new possibility. I don't see that as selling anymore. I see it as inviting people into a new possibility. That is my responsibility as a business strategist and a business mentor who supports entrepreneurs to scale their businesses to six and multi-six figures, to make their businesses more profitable, to make their businesses scalable, to make their businesses something that lights them up and allows them freedom to play. It is my responsibility to make powerful invitations. It is my responsibility to create opportunities. It is my responsibility to communicate the possibilities that are available to them and how I may support them in that process. What they choose to do, how they choose to respond, that is their responsibility. I cannot control that. One of my clients, I had this conversation with her recently, and she said, I just don't want to be salesy, and I don't like selling all the time, and I hate sending emails all the time. And like we had this conversation, and I said, well, you know, you got to get your message out there somehow. And I said to her, I was like, do you feel like I'm salesy? I'm selling all the time. And she's like, yeah, I think you are. And I was like, well, then why are you still watching my stories? And she was sort of like, you know, I mean, we work together and, you know, but she also started watching them before. But the reality is with that regardless whether you like to hear about opportunities or not, we actually love seeing people sell. We love seeing people sell. Honestly, I love seeing people sell. So even if I have no intention of buying, I see that. But when we have a wound or we see it as salesy or we get triggered, it's often because it's a self-reflection that we have. It's a judgment we have about ourselves. It's a worry that we have about ourselves. We're like, oh my God, this person's so salesy. I don't want to be that salesy. But the reality is, I have a business that generates six, and this year will generate multi-six figures in revenue a year. Where is your business at? I create opportunities. I make powerful invitations. Look, I don't care if you think I'm salesy. I don't. That's not on me. That's on you. I don't believe I'm salesy. I'm creating opportunities and I'm making powerful invitations and I'm building something that is long-lasting, sustainable success. And I am supporting clients on their journey. I'm supporting clients to have multiple five-figure months. I'm supporting clients to have scalable businesses. I'm supporting clients to create more safety and security in their businesses. I'm supporting clients to get to more recurring, consistent income. I'm supporting clients to make their dreams come true, to build their businesses so they can keep doing what they want to keep doing. You can come and join us or you don't. It doesn't actually impact my life. You can feel I'm salesy or not. It doesn't impact my life. I know what my responsibility is and I know what my job is. And I can remain at peace here and feel confident about that. So that is number one. You are creating opportunities. If you are new to business, if you want more consistent sales, if you are building your business, talking about your offers and making powerful invitations, even if they are into a freebie or a masterclass or sending you a DM, it is required. This is not optional. This is not optional if you want to have a business. So I get it. It's uncomfortable, but how can you make it feel good for you? How can you make it feel good for you? So I'm going to give you some tools that I use that I find really helpful, that really help me in the way I structure, for example, how I set things up in Instagram and how I can make selling every day a little bit simpler for me. And by the way, there's a lot of people in the industry who sell a lot every single month, far greater volume than I that believe selling or making powerful invitations at least 6 times per day through different formats and platforms is what you want to do. 6. Okay. So I'm asking you to do it at least once. So here is the thing. Oftentimes, when we are feeling reserved about making these opportunities, it's because we lack clarity. So get really, really clear on how do you want to, quote unquote, funnel people into your business, into your programs, into your services. Are you inviting them on a call? Are you wanting them to DM you? Are you wanting them to click a link to get to a sales page? What are the actions you want them to take? I just last week did a riff on this about not missing the details, and you can go back to it on my Instagram at Theresa Lambert Coaching, or send me a DM and just say, Theresa, you mentioned that you spoke about not missing the details. Can you send me the link to the post? And I will send it to you. So just let me know. But you really want to get clear on how am I moving people into my business? And that can be one specific way. And then you can always rinse and repeat this process for yourself and make powerful invitations, asking people to do the one thing. Okay, one thing. DM me, click the link, click here to apply for a call with me so you can pre-qualify, click here or DM me this word to get a business audit or an Instagram audit, or like to get access to this incredible free training that you have that helps them with a specific result. So get clear on how are people coming into your business. When you have clarity, communicating the action and asking and making the invitation becomes a lot easier. So that's number one. Number two is have some tools in your toolbox. Have some tools in your toolbox. What do I mean when I say tools? You know, one really, really incredible way, if you are on Instagram specifically, and it also works for Facebook stories, is actually to have some educational content that's on 3 slides followed with a call to action that you have for your stories ready to go. So you want to really start with something that engages them. So start with a question and use some of the engagement stickers on Instagram is great, where people can engage with your content. Then give them the teachable for what you just asked them. And then at the back end of it, make an offer to, or an invitation to take an action to join you for a specific offer. Again, this could be an evergreen that you're selling. This could be them DMing you to get something. This could be them clicking a link to find out more about a program. This could be them applying for a call. Once you have one, you can implement 2, but having some rotational story sets ready to go, even some that have a very short 1 to 2 sentence storytelling approach to them, are really, really big to get people to take an action. But what we're doing here is we're educating, and then we're giving people an opportunity to take another step with us. We're making a powerful invitation for them to now really step into the transformation. So have some graphics ready, have some tips ready to go. This will reduce a lot of the time that you spend creating content, but it makes it so easy to show up as well. Okay, third thing that really can help you with more consistency is actually mapping out your month. Look, I'm a strategist and I'm a planner, but I also have a lot of time and space in my calendar. I am not rigid, and planning doesn't have to be rigid or feel rigid. But why do I plan? Why is having a plan so key? It is so you can stay focused. And your ability to focus is a direct reflection of the ability of the kind of results that you can create in your business. Your ability to focus is a direct reflection of your ability to create results in your business. This is why I believe in strategizing and planning. So when it comes to selling and selling daily, it's about getting clear, and you can break it down by week for yourself. What am I going to be talking about this month? What am I going to invite people into this month? So especially if you have a product suite, if you have a very clear path of how you're funneling people in your business, if you have one offer that you're focusing on, by getting clear on that and saying, yeah, like this month, I really want to focus, for example, on my one-to-ones. I really want to welcome more one-to-one clients. Okay, great. How do I get one-to-one clients? Okay, I'd like one-to-one clients to reach out to me and then apply for a call. Okay, awesome. So my goal all month, this month, would then be to talk about my one-to-one program, to create content on my feed, by the way, where I'm not 90% of the time not having call to actions. It's just value expert content that creates the know, like, trust factor, content that creates emotional connections. And then in my stories, that's where I'm going to make the invite. Send me a DM. comment this word, click here, like you can even do a poll and I'll reach out to you and we can talk about what's next for you. Now I know my focus is my one-to-one. So what's all the content that I can share that is valuable for people that are ready to invest? In my case, $25,000 to get a done for them business strategy that's scalable and an entire success plan delivered to them, including launch strategies, including their product suite, including refined programs, including all the bells and whistles, and then spend 5 months actually integrating and implementing it so they can scale their businesses to the level they want to scale them to. So for me, it's about what is all the things that I want to talk about. So I would think about things like, do you have the capacity? Are you a strategist? Are you spending too much time on strategizing, right? Talking about key elements to be able to have implemented and foundations to have in place so that you can actually scale. Talk about bringing in a team and what it's like to bring in team members and when to bring in team members, talking about when do you have free versus paid masterclasses, right? So I can curate my content and add tons of value on that on my feed while in my stories, knowing the way they're going to come into my business is by, in my personal case, doing a business audit. And then I do the business audit. I give them recommendations. If I find out that they're an ideal client, if they're ready to go, then I might make an invitation for them to apply for a call where we have a conversation and then we can funnel them into my business that way. Okay. So it's very clear. So get clear on what's the offer that you want to sell. How are you going to get them through? So again, remember, we're going back to step one. So these 3 things, one, having clarity on how people are going to get in from point A to point B. Point A being all public facing things. Point B being the actual program that you want them in. How do they get there? What's your process? How are you enrolling people? What does that path look like? Number 2, have graphics ready, have shareable tips ready for your stories, 3 to 4 slides max with a call to action, very specific at the end. Be clear what you ask. Don't ask 2 things, ask 1. Send me a DM. Click this link, like ask people, click this link. Don't just have the link sticker. Click this link to get more information. DM me this word to get more information, right? Clarity. Be clear for 3 to 4 story slide with some education and then boom, call to action at the end. And then the last thing, have a plan. Be clear on what you're selling and what you're committing to. So if you know you're going to be focusing on your one-to-one, if you know you're going to get them through into your one-to-one through whatever your specific funnel is that you're going to use that month, that can change, by the way, then you're going to do that and you follow through. You follow through. So that's the last thing. But when you have clarity, when you have some tools ready to go and are really clear on your content and then clear on what you're selling and what you're going to be talking about, it's going to actually make your life a lot easier. And all of a sudden, making powerful invitations to have people come and join you and providing these opportunities for people to really truly experience a transformation or a breakthrough of some kind through the programs and services that you provide, an elevation in their business, an elevation in their life, an elevation in their health, and an elevation in their way of being, you are going to start seeing better results for yourself. So my invitation for you is to make more powerful and more consistently powerful invitation. My invitation for you is to start looking at what is your responsibility as a business owner to your business. What is your responsibility to your business? And when are you projecting your insecurity on someone else, or you're trying to navigate how people are going to respond? This is outside of your control. You can even write it down. I invite you to write down what are all the things you're trying to control that are out of your control. That's essentially everything that is not innately driven from you. Take responsibility for your stuff. Your business needs you to show up for it. Your business needs you to make powerful invitations. Your business needs you to be clear. Your business needs you to ask. In fact, your clients of the future that are ready to go need you to invite them into the opportunity. If you don't invite them, they will not come. You have got to make invitations. what is possible for them if they say yes. Get clear on that. Okay. So a little bit of tough love, some cool tools. I have some really cool guests coming up where we'll be diving into human design and alignment. I'm also going to be talking about excuses we make and how we can stop sabotaging our progress. I'm really excited what's coming up on this pod. And I thank you so much for being here and for listening. I love what I do. I love that I get to do this work, and cheers to creating opportunities that allow other people to build their businesses, transform their lives, their relationships, all of it. It's the most freaking beautiful, beautiful work we get to do. Don't ever forget it and create the opportunity so you can make the impact that you want to make. I love you. Bye.